Welcome to another hologram guide featuring Fleurdelys. This guide will go over the different attacks Fleurdelys will do and how to approach them. Before we start, Fleurdelys will go through two phases. Phase 1 has tamed attacks that aren't too crazy to dodge, but still require you to be attentive. Phase 2 gets a bit more crazy because most Phase 1 attacks have additional attacks added into Phase 2, and the intro to Phase 2 can be so brutal that it could possibly take a couple tries. Fleurdelys also has 3 HP thresholds, one at 75% HP, 50%, and 25% HP. She will do certain attacks at these thresholds, and I'll later mention them in the guide. Alright, let's get started. Fleurdelys in this hologram fight really likes to teleport a lot. She will often try to teleport away from you to put some distance, and this sucks if you're playing a melee resonator. One thing I picked up fighting Fleurdelys is when she flinches like this, she often teleports away. However, she won't always do this flinch animation and will either dash or instantly teleport away instead when taking a certain amount of damage. When you are too far away from the middle of the arena, Fleurdelys will often teleport back to the middle to reset. When you're outside this circle, Fleurdelys usually will teleport back to the middle. However, if Fleurdelys teleports away and gets into this stance, she will most likely start to shoot water projectiles towards you. When Fleurdelys starts to tug on her sword, she will start to shoot 2 water projectiles in quick succession. She will then raise her sword like this, and water will start accumulating towards her sword. A faint light will glow, which is hard to see, and Fleurdelys will shoot a water wave towards you. Fleurdelys brings her sword like this. Fleurdelys will do an upward slash into the air. Fleurdelys will start to slow down, and when she adjusts her sword grip like this, she will throw her sword towards you. She'll come down to grab her sword and do like a handle kick. A black and white light will appear while Fleurdelys twirls, and once it fades, she will twirl a second time into a horizontal slash. When Fleurdelys quickly twirls to the left, and once this light disappears, Fleurdelys will do a slash from the left, a slash from the right, and another slash from the right. Fleurdelys will then twirl back and do 3 wind cuts under your character. If Fleurdelys stands there with her left arm out like this, she will do a small air blast. When this effect disappears, the attack will come out, so make sure to dodge once the effect disappears. Right after this attack, Fleurdelys will do a parry attack, and if you fail to parry, she will initiate another parry attack right after. If you succeed in parrying this attack, and this also applies to all parry attacks, she will twirl backwards and do a stinger attack, which is parryable. If you don't parry the stinger, she will gather water particles on her sword and do a horizontal slash. If Fleurdelys jumps up like this with her back turned around, a parry circle will appear. Not parrying this attack will make her do 2 more slashes in quick succession, then a parry attack to finish off the attack string. When Fleurdelys moves backwards or you're a decent distance away, Fleurdelys will spin with her blade above her and will do a parry attack. Once the circle gets to the inner circle, Fleurdelys will do a dash attack. She will do a slash from the left, one from the right, and another slash from the same side. Then will do an upward slash carrying herself up. A light will appear from her right hand, and once that disappears, she will throw her sword towards you. Fleurdelys will come down towards her sword and swing kick while retrieving the sword. She'll then twirl away with a dark light appearing, and once that disappears, she will twirl into an attack. Your distance away from Fleurdelys, she will lift her left arm and do 3 wind cuts under your character. She will often spam this attack till you get closer to Fleurdelys. The move Fleurdelys does, but it's a bit rare. She will shoot a cone of air towards you and pull you closer to her. Fleurdelys will follow up with a parry attack. If you fail to parry this, she will do a slash from the left and a slash from the right. You can dodge during the pull, but you'll still get pulled closer to Fleurdelys. This finishes off Fleurdelys' phase 1 attack. There is an exploit that you can do if you don't want Fleurdelys to go into phase 2. So if Fleurdelys' stagger bar is lower than 50%, she'll never get out of phase 1. So you can pretty much fight Fleurdelys entirely at phase 1. However, this does make the fight stale, so choose how you want to fight this hologram. When Fleurdelys gets to around 75% HP, she will reach her first HP threshold and go to phase 2. She will do a unique attack sequence that only appears twice during the hologram fight. Fleurdelys will sway back, and after 1 second, Fleurdelys will swing her sword and fly towards the center and up to the sky. She will summon 3 sword pillars, 1 behind you and 2 on both your left and right. Fleurdelys will disappear and then reappear while doing an attack. Each time Fleurdelys attacks, it will cause the 3 pillars to send shockwaves across the arena. Just want to mention that if you want to weave and counter attacks, different characters have different iframes. For example, Danjin can dodge and counter attack both the attack and shockwaves due to her long iframes, while Zhang Liao has to dodge and counterattack the attack and shockwaves because he has shorter iframes. I recommend dodging completely, otherwise I suggest that you learn your character's windows when counterattacking. Here is the attack string. Fleurdelys will reappear while slashing. She will then raise her sword, slash again, raise the sword again, and another slash. She will dash backwards and does this pose to get a sword on her left hand and do a dash attack. Right after this dash attack, she will immediately slash from the left, circular diagonal slash from the right, and an upward slash from the left, retreating back. Fleurdelys will then teleport to the middle and gather light in her right hand. Here, she will make the whole arena turn dark and hold her left arm up. A small light will come down, and once it reaches Fleurdelys' hand, she will do a whole AoE attack. This concludes the phase 2 intro attack, and it's a pretty big attack to remember. Now, I mentioned that this whole attack sequence is unique, but Fleurdelys also does the attack string by itself. If you're a decent distance away, Fleurdelys will rapidly dash to you and raise her sword, then attack. Another sword raise and another slash. Quickly dashes backwards into a dash attack. A slash from the left, circular slash from the right, and an upward slash from the left. She will then gather light in her right hand and disappear. She will reappear in front of you and slash. The camera will pan out and 3 swords will impale into the ground on your character's location. From here, Fleurdelys will have some new attacks and some additives with a sword projectile attack that is added into most of her attacks. Starting out with her teleport. Each time Fleurdelys teleports away, 3 swords will come out one by one. You can deflect these, but it's not worth it as it doesn't really put much value other than you deflected the swords. If Fleurdelys summons a short sword with her left hand, she will do a horizontal swing from the right. She will then turn around and do a diagonal kick, then do a backflip kick with the same leg, summoning 2 large blades from the ground. Fleurdelys will then charge an attack doing a dual slash. To dodge the sequence, when Fleurdelys has the short sword all the way back, she will begin to swing. A bright light will appear on her right foot and a distortion effect appears. Once the effect and light disappears, dodge. Give yourself like 0.5 seconds, then dodge again because she will do another kick and summon 2 blades from the ground. A black and white light will appear in front of Fleurdelys, and once it turns completely white, dodge. So I'll try to speed through the attacks with the sword projectiles embedded in them. When Fleurdelys brings her sword like this, Fleurdelys will do an upward slash into the air. Fleurdelys will throw her sword towards you by switching her sword grip. Fleurdelys will come down to grab her sword and do a handle kick. A black and white light will appear while Fleurdelys twirls, and 3 lights will appear from the left and shoot 3 sword projectiles. Then once the light disappears on Fleurdelys, she will twirl into an attack. Fleurdelys moves backwards a bit and has her back turned around like this. Fleurdelys will do a parryable dash attack. If you don't parry this, 3 light will appear from the right and shoot 3 sword projectiles. She will do a slash from the left, 1 from the right, and another slash from the same side. Then she will do an upward slash, carrying herself up. A light will disappear from her right hand, and once that disappears, she will throw her sword towards you. Fleurdelys will come down towards her sword and swing kick while retrieving the sword. She will then twirl away with a dark light appearing. 3 more light will appear from the left and shoot 3 swords projectiles, and once the light disappears, she will twirl into an attack. Instead of ending the attack, the camera will pan out and Fleurdelys will shoot 3 large swords towards you. There is an alternate version. If you fail to parry the dash attack and she has shot the 3 sword projectiles, she'll do another parry attack. Failing to parry this attack will result in her shooting 3 more sword projectiles. When Fleurdelys jumps up with her back turned around, a parry circle will appear. Not parrying this attack will make her do 2 more slashes in quick succession, then a final parry attack. The camera will pan out and Fleurdelys will shoot 3 sword projectiles towards you if you don't parry this attack. When Fleurdelys quickly twirls to the left, Fleurdelys will do a slash from the left, a slash from the right, another slash from the right. Fleurdelys will then twirl back and do 3 wind cuts under your character. Fleurdelys will disappear and reappear by shooting a water projectile towards you, and then the camera will zoom out and Fleurdelys will send 3 large swords in a straight line. Another parry attack is when Fleurdelys is leaning towards to do a horizontal slash from the left side. If you don't parry this, she will slash from the left again, a slash from the right, and a follow-up double slash. Fleurdelys will then do a drop kick, wait for about 0.5 seconds, then do a cartwheel to back away. She will raise her left arm and a light accumulate. Once the light disappears, she will summon 3 swords that will do a large AoE attack. If you succeed in parrying any attacks, Fleurdelys will lift her left arm up like this and say a small dialogue. she will send a ton of swords at your location. When the light disappears, that is when you dodge. This is an additional retaliation attack if Fleurdelys does not do the stinger attack. However, she can do this attack by itself as well. Sometimes Fleurdelys will do the blast cone attack. It's basically a free damage window. One of Fleurdelys' rare attacks is when she is close to you. She will shoot a sword like an arrow. She will teleport away in the direction she shot the sword and shoot another sword. She will then repeat one more time, and then she will shoot one final shot that is more delayed. And once she shoots it, a judgment cut appears in the middle in which you have to dodge twice. There is another version of this attack. It is more simple, and Fleurdelys will only shoot one sword arrow. This attack occurs only if you are a decent distance away from Fleurdelys. Once you reach about 50% HP, Fleurdelys will reach her second HP threshold and will do another unique attack. If you reach this HP threshold before hitting and have not encountered her 75% HP threshold attack, she will automatically go to this phase attack instead. If you see that water is gathering under her, she will do a huge AoE blast under her. You will need to dodge or you are going to take damage. This is basically the same as the parry attack from earlier, but Fleurdelys will lean forward and do a horizontal parry attack. The only difference is that even if you parry this attack, this will not stop her attack. Fleurdelys will then swing her sword from the left side, then swing again from the right with 2 double swipes from the right again. She will then jump up for a drop kick, which is a parryable attack. Right after this attack, she will cartwheel back and shoot 7 lasers into a very quick parryable attack. I recommend dodging because the parry window is very short and fast. Fleurdelys will do a horizontal slash right after, jump up doing a slow backflip and shoot a water projectile towards you. Then Fleurdelys will shoot a sword like an arrow. She will then fly higher and put a trace of attacks she will do, so it's like a judgment cut but for babies. Just move out of the lines and shortly after she will initiate the attack. Once the camera is normalized again, Fleurdelys will then do a final cut that is parryable. If you parry this, she will go into a stagger stance. If you don't parry this, she will freeze a character and then a water projectile will come shortly after. At 25% HP threshold, she will repeat the 75% HP threshold attack and it pretty much cycles the whole phase again. That's it for Fleurdelys. This hologram is just as hard as Hikari and pretty enjoyable once I was able to learn and beat it for the first time, and on solo as well. I think this hologram is definitely going to be difficult for a lot of people, and it's okay if you don't beat it in the first few hours. If you like this guy, give it a like and sub if you want to see future videos like this or other videos that I intend to put out. Thanks.